All right, paper collage class. This is a print off that you can get for free from Scribbling Grace, scribblinggrace.com, and you can go onto their website and find quite a few free printables to use in your artwork. And then this particular one, we're going to paper collage a bee on top of our honeycomb. So what I want you to do is, this is just a page from our sketchbook, and I put the picture behind it and traced it off, and then I started coloring in. This one is like a bronze and an orange and a beige, and this is colored pencil. This one is watercolor, and so it is brown with yellow, and then it's just kind of blended in the middle. And then this one is markers. Now I don't know if you have any markers or whatever. So whatever you happen to have to color in your honeycomb, then I want you to fill up this entire honeycomb. You're going to print it off from scribblinggrace.com. You're going to trace it off onto just your mixed media paper. You could print it off onto cardstock, and actually that would work as well. And we're going to create the bee that is inside your email under reference photos. And there's a little bee there, and you're going to cut him out so that we know how to make the pattern for the bee that we're going to put, we're going to paper collage on top of our honeycomb. So have fun doing this, and I want to see your pictures once the bee is completed. Thanks, guys. All right, paper collage class. This is the part 2 of our bee picture. Now, I wanted to tell you, I did tell you in the first part to print this out from Scribbling Grace, and then using different mediums, how you could color this in to look like a honeycomb and everything. And then, it's Easter, all the pretty colors and stuff like that. And I saw all these papers that I have in my cardstock for art and stuff. And I took one of these pictures, and I put it on my printer and blew it up. I think it was 200%. So it's going to be twice as wide and twice as tall. And it ended up being this size. And so I thought, well, how fun is that? I like the project both ways. I really honestly do. And especially if you can get some of these parts to be the inside of your honeycomb, to get these different parts. And I found another gift bag, which is a Christmas gift bag, but it was full of goodies. And do you see this clear part right here? I want to use this for the wings of our bee. So you have in your email the picture of the bee. Go ahead and get the bee out, print it off or whatever so that you can cut it out. And I'm going to show you another way that you can do a fun bee project if you want to use a bunch of different colors. Now, you can use these in blues and purples and whatever you have. And I just had a bunch of these little papers. But this was a little gift bag that I cut open to show you this. So I just opened up a gift bag, and I laid my template on and cut out a bunch of these little honeycomb sections. That's what we're going to call it. Little honeycomb sections. And you can put this on any color background. I just turned over the Scribbling Grace thing. And you're going to lay out your honeycomb pattern so that you can have, a fun project to do here. And if it goes off your page, at the very end, we'll cut those off once everything is glued down and once everything is just the way that you want it. And then we'll go back in and make any adjustments at the very end. So whatever you're going to glue all of these down to, you're going to want to get that out. as well as possibly, or as well as the paper where I showed you you could use colored pencil, markers, and watercolor. Okay, so sorry about that watercolor going underneath, but a fun thing that you can do too, which I don't have. Ugh, it's so sad. I cannot believe I don't have just plain old Elmer's glue here, just school glue, right? But I could see running a little bead of school glue around all of these, and then when it dries, it's clear, but you can tint it with either a darker color underneath before you put the glue, or you can put the glue on and then add like gold marker onto it. So it literally looks like gold. So that's going to be just, you know, another fun project to do someday. Anyway, you're going to take all of these little pieces and put them wherever you want them to be, and you're going to glue them all down. Okay, so you've got that down. I spent so much time gluing on the last one. I didn't think you wanted to sit there and just watch me glue, because you don't watch me glue in class. I show you everything to do, and then, you know, we get to go do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this aside maybe and pull down just the drawing because it's easier. Oh, and whenever you're tracing these, you can have one line that's similar so that you can get more of them on the page as well. If you want to do something, you know, really big, you can actually blow up the bee picture and do a nice big fun thing for your room. Okay, so I went ahead and just sketched my bee. You can take the bee and cut him out and make him a template. Make a template out of him, you know, like a pattern. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but I have like a W here on the end, and then there's a B and a Y and a B. And then underneath here, there's a Y and a B. And this is just telling me where I'm going to put all of my little parts before you glue it down. And who knew a bumblebee had a white tail at the end? But that's, I looked it up. So if you want to go online, you can do that. If you want it to be more uniform, then you just make it yellow. I'm fine with that. So you do want to make sure that you erase any of your lines before you start gluing. Now, in the actual picture, there are little yellow hairs sticking over the black, and then there's little black hairs sticking over the white. So you can fringe out your paper like this and cut out every other one. When doing that, you want to make really long, you want to make really long cuts like this. And then there's a space, and then there's another long cut like that, so that it comes into the back. Now this is longer than what you're actually going to need, but I can't wait to see what books and different things that you pull your stuff out of. So you're going to make sure that you erase away any lettering that you have inside your bee. And I know I had B for the black of the eye. Let me erase that I, because my eye is a little bit different. I'm going to lighten the lines on the outside of where those yellows go. But I just don't want to, I want to make sure that I don't lose those. And you're going to, you know, I'm just going to let y'all do it. You're going to cut out the different parts, trace them off with tracing paper or tissue paper or whatever you happen to have, and then cut out your parts of your bee. You're going to glue them down. You're going to pretend right now that these are glued. Don't start this process till you finished up your entire honeycomb, right? And now an eye of a bee is compound, like a fly or whatever. So I did a little bit of hash marks, and I outlined the eye just so that you can see that it is, you know, that it's separate from the head. So it's a little bit different. Then I cut out 3 tiny little sections like this, and you're going to come into the middle bump of your bee. Now the back bump, the big one, is the abdomen part. Well, the thorax right here in the middle is where all your legs are going to come from. So you're going to glue down on top of your beautiful honeycomb, whatever colors you decide to choose to use to color it in. And then you're going to put in these little little feet. So I took three little tiny parts, and you're going to hook them together like this. So you're going to glue this one down, this one down, this one down, but this background has got to be done first. And then you're going to glue the bee down, and then you can just glue the legs on top. Now this is just a piece of black cardstock that I had, and you're going to just cut a little football shape out like this. You're going to glue it down. Well, goodness gracious, are you going to stay there sticking to my fingers? And then you're going to cut another longer football shape. It's kind of a very elongated shape. And glue that one down. So just do them one at a time so you don't lose all your little bits of your little black pieces, because I had a whole bunch of these already cut out, and then I moved the paper and they blew across the room. And so I'm just cutting them, giving you the benefit of what I know to do. And so you're going to put those, whoops, right on top of each other like this. I'm going to scoot this one back in. Doesn't want to move. Oh well. You're going to glue each one down first. Okay. Now this foot that would come in here can also go in the same kind of direction as these. But if you wanted to have another foot where it's just one side, you can do that as well. In the picture that I sent you, there is a leg from the other side of the bee showing up against the face. Now, as an artist, you can put that in if you would like, or you don't have to. And then when you're finished and everything is glued down, you can take your black Sharpie and draw the little lines that go from the black to the next color. So we're going to literally just make some little flings like this. Kind of looks like hairs. You can make little V shapes like this. So it looks like tiny little hairs all over the back of your bee. So it's going to look like that. And you can do the black and the white. You can leave it the way you want to. I mean, the way that you have it. You don't have to do the added lines and stuff unless you just, really want to. And I'm just making that one black on the side there. So all this will be obviously glued down. And I can't wait to see how you finish your bee project. Did you do the scribbling grace and color or watercolor or marker your background? Or did you blow it up and make this crazy background? I love this. So I think this is just a fun pattern. I don't know. I could see a flower on top of this or whatever as well. So if you want to use the template that is in your that you download from Scribbling Grace to make them larger and have fun with it, I can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. Paper collage.